Alrighty, we are back, and we have a missing dragon.
So sad. So sad. Bolt.
I am not okay. Okay.
What are we doing? It's the middle of the night. Cal, you're about to turn to sleep.
I was about to.
Helena's out.
Yeah. I think we can let Helena sleep, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take like a handful of meat with me. And I'm gonna go look for Volt.
If Satus is awake, Satus helps.
Yeah, Satus, you are awake.
Yeah, then I totally helping out to the search for Volt.
Just double checking. So we're leaving Helena and the other two dragons asleep at camp?
Maybe.
That's true.
Maybe we should wake her up.
Like, you tell me that's what you're doing, and that's what we're doing. But
No,
just to
I'm not gonna leave
clarify,
her alone. No.
Yeah, let's gently, politely wake up Helena.
Helena, so sorry. I'm so sorry to wake you up on your one night when you got to
toasty time.
It's not.
No?
Not
because Helena was
quite
promised toasties in the morning. Yeah.
We will make you toasties, but I lost Volt.
Okay, well we should find Volt.
Yeah,
maybe the Volt's sisters can help find him. Let's get on that.
Maybe. Yeah. Can I look like on the ground and see if I see like any little tiny dragon footprints?
You can with a survival check.
Okay. Oh, that's not terrible. 14.
You're able to see like at least a sense of the direction in which he went. There's not quite like a neat little dainty trail of like dragon paw prints in the ground to sort of follow.
Okay.
But you are able to sort of see like a place where the leaves are a little bit crushed in the underbrush, just kind of a couple places where you're like, he went that way.
Okay.
All
Hey
right.
girls, can you smell your brother?
Yeah, Blaze.
Yeah,
Where's Volt?
Avanzada, are you good at smelling? I skipped every dragon class. I have no idea if you even have a nose.
They stare up at you. Let's be clear. They stare up at the meat that you're holding.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Volt, I've got nom-noms for you.
Nom noms, Volt, noms.
They're your favorite.
Here, Volty.
Nothing happens.
No. Okay. Can I keep going in the direction?
Yeah. And I think
Okay.
roll me a perception check to see what you find in your travels.
All of us are just Cal.
I think Cal is sort of like leading this.
Okay.
Like if you guys tell me that you're doing something specific, then like we can sort of adjudicate that. But for now, I think that like Cal is really sort of taking point here.
Sure.
Okay, well, it was a 7.
Things are very quiet, and it's a little bit easy to get turned around in these like forest paths.
Can I, I'm gonna, okay. I have, I'm gonna try casting Firebolt and just like sending it straight up
Okay.
as like a, like a
signal
flare. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
I think this probably would be a performance check.
Okay.
Unless you want to make a
Satus,
case
do you
for
wanna,
something else.
Do you want to cast Firebolt?
If I had the ability to, you know I would, but unfortunately, not in my repertoire.
That's pretty good, actually. 17 plus 4 for 21.
Let's like shoot straight up.
Yeah. Volt!
Things are pretty quiet.
Volt!
Don't worry, Cal.
After a couple of
Get him
minutes,
back.
there's a approaching sound in the sort of, like bushes around you. I don't know why my tongue got so tied there. There's
Okay.
some approaching sounds in the bushes around you, and then you hear this male human voice goes, "Hello? Is anyone there? Do you need any help? I saw the flare."
Everything's okay. I
Hey.
lost my dog.
Roll me that deception check.
Ooh. That is a 19 plus 7 for 26.
Oh no! I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you need help tracking them? I'm an experienced woodsman.
I'm desperate, guys.
Sure, let's do.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we had our dogs dressed up for a costume party, and made it look a little. You know those old like those like lore of dragons. Her dog's dressed up. We got these really great prosthetics and everything, but then he's scurried away.
At
so
this
his...
point, like a figure emerges from the trees, and he is a human with sort of sandy brown hair. And this, sort of the green cloak of a ranger with a, big hunter's bow on his back. And he would look pretty young and fresh-faced, if not for a pretty gnarly scar that runs down the left side of his face. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
And a, sort of a glass eye where his real one once was. And he'll sort of, wave his hands and go, your dog was dressed as what? I'm sorry?
Like a dragon,
Yeah,
just
like
what
a
we
little
thought they
baby
might.
dragon.
Fancy dress.
Where are Blaze and Avanzada, by the way?
Hidden in my little pouch behind my bagpipes.
In the hump.
Cool. They're pretty still for now. They seem to instinctively understand the concept of secrecy.
Yeah.
And he'll sort of go, okay, I see. Wonderful. What kind of dog is it? Is it a big dog, small dog?
It's a pretty small dog. He's like this big.
Okay. Well, let me do the round. Do you have a campsite
His
anywhere
name
around
is-
here?
Yeah, it's back there. And his name is Volt, and he loves food. Pretty much any kind of food so far. He's pretty young, but he really likes food.
All right,
and-
miss, don't worry. We're gonna find your dog. It's going to be okay. It's gonna be all right.
Thank you, sir.
He'll sort of reach into a pocket and give you a handkerchief. Let it out. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right.
Thank you.
Just
I'm
for
just
now,
very
head
worried
back
about
to your
him.
campsite and let's see if we can find your dog, all right?
Okay.
Very kind of you.
I am happy to help out. He seems more than anything bewildered by the situation, but as long as he's already there, he'll at least help to look.
Yes.
Cal, maybe we should, I'm not saying we should have toasties, but maybe we should cook some meat.
Actually,
think?
that's a pretty good idea. Ooh, has he ever had cooked meat before? I don't know, but
Could be
yeah,
a new culinary adventure for him.
That's-
Maybe he'd
that's
find
a
it
good
very
idea.
enticing.
yeah, that's a great idea, Helena. Let's
Worth a
make
shot.
cooked meat toasties.
Incidentally, I think that ranger might realize if he finds Volt.
You think he's not gonna? You don't think he's gonna buy? I thought the dog dragon story was airtight.
Satus, it was perfect, but I just think in the reality, he
Mhm.
might. I don't know, maybe not.
No, you're valid. Quite valid.
You make a good point, but if he finds Volt, I'm ready to trust this guy with my life. So
Okay. Cool. Cross that bridge, eh? Yeah.
yeah.
So you're going
Okay.
back to the camp and cooking some meat?
Yeah.
All right. The smell, it's pretty delicious smelling. Like you are cooking this. You're basically making some bacon. Avanzada and Blaze are standing at attention, just
Yeah.
like round eyes, drool falling from their faces as this concept of cooked meat materializes in front of them.
Yeah.
Everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Ooh. A natural 20.
Ooh.
I've gotten a lot of natural 20s
really
today.
You really have.
Yeah.
I got a 12 plus 6 for an 18.
Okay.
I got an 18 minus 1 for 17.
All of you sort of notice, but especially you, Cal, the crinkling of sounds, almost like something is approaching your camp with this low guttural sort of a sound, this like low growl.
Does it sound like Volt?
A moment later, you see, sort of pushing its way through the bush, the figure of the young bronze dragon, but it emerges with its hindquarters first because it's dragging something. And a moment later, you see the corpse of a wolf that it is dragging back by the neck, having killed it, towards the campfire.
Whoa!
Wow.
And he'll sort of
Volt.
glance back up to you and then kind of deposit the wolf and just begin tearing into it. A moment later, Avanzada and Blaze both also leap onto the wolf corpse and begin to just devour it.
Wow.
Okay, friends.
Good boy.
Okay.
I'm so happy you're okay. I think this is normal dragon stuff, Satus. Don't
Okay,
worry.
good. I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah.
quite vicious, but also dragons, so it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I need to remember they are not literally dogs.
Yeah. And
Hey, I'm really sorry, but I did a circuit and I didn't see any whoa. As the ranger sort of steps into the clearing.
Saw that? Did he? Saw the
We-
stuff there?
Yeah, I
We-
think it's pretty out in the open right this second.
Thank you so much for looking. He came back,
That's
and
not a dog.
It's a very good costume work. Very, very good costume work.
it's
roll
a
me
very
roll me a deception check with disadvantage, Mike. This is a hell of a lie. You are gaslighting this man.
That would be a 5 plus 8 for a 13.
He is like that is not a costume. He is reaching his hand back towards his bow.
no, please.
You know what
We'll
that looks like. Well, of course you do, because you were lying and telling me that it was a costume, but that's not a costume. That's a real dragon.
Well, we only lied because we thought you might react like this, and we can explain everything.
You don't really think dragons are real? Come on. What's next? The Tooth Bunny? The Easter Fairy?
Too funny.
I'm like, yeah, like, I need something stronger than a deception check at this point. I really do
Yeah.
need just kind of a gaslighting check.
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to hypnotize this man?
I mean, my if I
You
need to, I can use Charm Person and just get this guy. I think like we don't want the cover, but I just don't know
Yeah.
if this guy's gonna be dangerous or not. I just want him to go
Yeah.
away at this point.
He'll sort of go, look. I have nothing against you folks. You seem nice, but also that looks like a dangerous creature to me. If you ask me, did it kill that wolf?
Only in self-defense, allegedly.
Wolves
We
are
have-
dangerous.
Mhm.
He could have just found the wolf.
Mm,
We didn't see him kill the wolf.
Wolves are very dangerous pest.
It's true.
okay, roll me a persuasion check, Emma.
Okay. It's 13.
The dragons, meanwhile, are happy, just like tearing into this wolf.
Yeah. 13 plus 4 for 17.
He'll slowly put his hand down and kind of go, look, you three look like, honestly, like you could kill me if you wanted to. And the fact that you haven't done so already makes me want to give you the benefit of the doubt. So I'm gonna trust that you know what you're doing, but be careful with those things. Everyone is getting a little bit jumpy. The past 3 days, all kinds of crazy monsters have been on the road. So please watch out.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Would you like a toasty?
I'm okay. You folks, just be careful with them. Be careful where you go. Don't go near Cold River. That place apparently is a mess right now. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank
What's
you.
Wrong
Yeah.
with Cold River?
Have you not heard? It's, well, the river flooded with the storm.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
And after that, things just kind of went from bad to worse. It's almost like there was something in that storm that was just killing folks in that town. There's been all kinds of wild reports by people that have gone near it. Dead walking in the streets, destruction, fires. It's a
gosh.
bit of a war zone over there right now.
Oh dear.
Like I said,
That's,
you folks be careful, and be careful who sees you with those things. Because I think that folks are a little
Okay.
bit shooting first and asking questions second right now.
Thank
We,
you.
we appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
Have
What's-
a good night, folks.
Okay. Thank you. I really do appreciate you looking
Yep.
for him.
Nope, no problem. My pleasure, ma'am. And he'll kind of back away from your clearing and disappear into the tree line.
I know.
Well, the boy vault.
Oh, he's happy. Oh, you didn't have
Doing
to
what
kill
he
that
loves.
guy.
Yeah.
Getting, I think, like his snout is just covered in viscera right now.
Ugh.
Gross.
Very fun.
Yeah. Gross.
All
Somehow
three
I've
of the
lost-
dragons, actually.
Extra fun.
Yeah.
And it's
Wolf
and it's
toasty.
fascinating because you
Wolf
sort of see the section of the wolf corpse that Avanzada is eating, and it is sort of getting charred by her breath, whereas the part that Blaze is eating is like slightly covered in rime and frost. And every so often, as Volt bites into the corpse, you sort of see part of it twitching as just a bit of
Whoa.
current goes through it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, our sweet children.
They're so gentle.
Yeah.
Chaos. It sort of feels like a lot of stuff is trying to get us not to go to Cold River.
Yeah, it does sound like it's rough there. I wonder if there's a way send a message to Maeve.
I was thinking, I wish we had something like that. Some sort of thing.
Oh, yeah, we just have the stones for ourselves, right?
Yeah, like the stones, think
Yeah.
of them as walkie-talkies, kind of, you know, you can message the person that has the other stone, but like they're a set, so you kind of need to have given one to someone.
If I picked a different third level spell, there is one where you literally just like send a message to someone that you know, but I was like, we got the stones. What do I need this for? 0 for 2.
If DM Gabriel allows me to switch out a spell, I do have sending. So I could send a message of 25 words or less to Maeve in her head.
You know
And
what?
sh-
I'll allow it. You have not used any of your third level spells so far, so
I have not.
I think that we can sort of just hand wave that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So no fireball spell for Cal. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding. We don't know what your
I-
other spells at the third level are.
I'm keeping fireball, but I'm gonna get rid of. I had chosen blink, but for now, I don't think I need to blink out of the ethereal plane.
Yeah. With that said, we are now kind of establishing that you have sending, so it's gonna be.
Yes,
We are.
I'm gonna
we
do
are
that
kind of
on my
cementing
sheet.
that this is one of the picks that you've chosen.
Yes. Great. So, I'm going to cast sending, and at third level.
All right.
And
which the spell lets you send someone a message that they sort of psychically hear in their head, and then they can respond to you, right?
Yes. And it has to be 25 words or less. So.
And is there circumstances in which this fails, or is it just?
It says you can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there is a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Do you think it would be feasible to try and get Maeve to meet us in Marwood Manor?
Oh,
Or do you
that's a
think
good
that's
idea.
Too close and too difficult for her. I just wonder.
Could be part of the 25. Does Maeve get to respond?
Yes,
She
Maeve
does.
gets to send you back a 25-word reply, I believe, yeah.
Well, maybe you could ask if she wants to meet us there, and we can make that decision based on her answer.
Okay. Okay. Maeve, it's Cal and crew. Big news.
The same words to say on it.
Big news. We hear Cold River is bad. Meet us at Marwood Manor.
Still got 7 words.
Still got 7 words. If it's safe, or we come to you.
You could say there instead.
We come there. Yeah.
The reply comes pretty quickly. There's a sort of faint pop that only you hear, Cal, and this sort of illusory tiny image of Maeve appears in front of you. And you instantly notice that she's not quite as well put together as you normally see her. She's kind of covered in a couple of cuts and bruises. Her hair is a little bit messed up, and there's even some sections of her clothes that are slightly singed, as she sort of says, "Would love to meet you at Atala's. Absolutely cannot. Meet me here. Be cautious. Cold River, very dangerous. Looking forward to big news."
Well, that settles that, I guess.
I guess so. Oh, it was worth trying.
A worthwhile shot indeed.
Absolutely. Well done, Cal.
It is also worth noting that, like, if I'm doing my math correctly, you are doing this at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, desperate times.
Desperate times.
Well, should we try to get a little more sleep?
Do a quick nap and then go.
Yeah.
All right.
Or should we just go? Have we eaten our toasties?
The toasties have not been made. You have.
Okay,
you cooked that meat. Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah. So I guess it's just having a little meat snack.
Yeah, we could just eat and I think we just eat and go. I don't think like functionally we're gonna take a short rest in terms of the game, so might as well just not waste time.
Okay.
Okay.
You eat. The dragons finish their hearty wolfy breakfast. And then you set off. And a couple of hours later, it's dawn. And as the sun rises, you're now close enough to Cold River to see the plumes of smoke, the black plumes of smoke that are rising from where you know the city is. And indeed, as you get closer and closer to the city, you start to see the signs of what the ranger that you met last night was talking about. As the city comes into view, you see that there are now wide sections where the walls that surround it have collapsed as the river has completely flooded the city. But on top of that, there are lots of places within the city that even from a distance you can see are burning. Specifically, the black crown tree at the center of the city seems to be going up in smoke. And even from a little while away, you can sort of see what look like some shambling figures moving around the city streets. But beyond that, not much activity.
Okay. So, we want to be as sneaky as possible, right?
We want to keep our dragons under control somehow.
Of course.
Yeah, all three dragons are sort of, again, they are looking at this place with the same expressions that they were looking at the invisible bridge with. Sort of this, you gotta be kidding me sort of expression.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay, I could do a thing.
Yeah?
Not sure how good a thing it would be, but I could cast darkness around us.
Yeah.
You guys won't be able to see, but I can see.
Right.
Okay.
And that might hide us as we make our way to Maeve's.
We won't be able to see them.
Yeah.
Mind you,
yeah.
a creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness, so no one would be able to see.
Never mind.
Interesting.
So, a non-magical light can't illuminate it. I don't think I can't cast darkness and dancing lights within it.
That would be a pretty esoteric. I think that it would negate itself. Like, I don't think that you can.
Got it.
I don't think that there's a version of this where if you do it, you can see out of it, but people can't see into it. I don't think that is doable.
That doesn't work.
Unless you have something that would give you, like, true sense or something like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, basically, I think that you would need something that would give you echolocation or good enough hearing that you would be able to kind of feel your way around that to sort of do the hack that you're hoping to do. And I also think that a mysterious orb of magical darkness would still attract attention in and of itself.
You make good points. So
Do we sneak?
I
think we sneak.
Yeah. The only other thing I have is alter self, so I could make myself look like
You can
somebody
make yourself
else.
look like the commander again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now
that
what's
could
all
work.
this then?
Yeah. Oh, what's all this then?
We could be your prisoners. You're returning us to, prison. It's a lot though, isn't it?
Maybe let's try sneaking first.
Stealth checks all around, please.
Okay.
15 plus 1, 16.
Nice.
9 plus 1, 10.
Okay.
6 plus 5, 11.
Okay.
Ooh.
Your dragons are all very eager to be hidden within either your packs or your clothes in this case. Like, they are very, very much down to be out of sight for your crossing through this town. Oh, wow, they all rolled very badly. And as you sort of enter through one of the gaps in the wall and immediately sort of dive into an alley, it looks like Cold River has been reduced to a war zone. Buildings are crumbling, streets are flooded, smoke rises from various points in the city, and it really does look as though this storm that you guys ran into, it must have been even harder and even stronger here because there are just corpses in the city streets, just like so many people that just up and died where they were. And indeed, shambling through the city streets are ghouls, zombies, various living undead creatures that are, more than anything, either aimlessly wandering or feasting upon the other corpses in the street. But for the time being, you don't seem to be attracting the attention of anyone as you move towards the northern section of the town.
All right, that guy wasn't kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
hellish.
grim.
I'm going to need another stealth check, please.
Okay.
14 plus 1 for a 15.
Emma?
19 plus 5 for 24.
Helena?
5 plus 1 for 6.
Okay.
Good.
Wow. There is a moment when you almost run into two ghostly figures as they just walk through out of a wall. These two silver-haired women that have been sort of distorted into spectral forms. Helena, you almost run into them before Cal and Satus kind of do a yoink back into the alley. And for a moment you think that you are discovered, but they sort of glide through without incident. And after a moment, you reach the northern edge of town, and you are able to, darting from shadow to shadow, finally make it to the place where the Eye of the Storm sign once hung. It now lies on the ground, and you see that the building's windows have all been knocked in, and the door into Maeve's house has been knocked off the hinges. Beyond the door, you see an empty, dusty, what looks like a small apartment building, very different from the store that you've seen. The bell that you have rung to get into Maeve still hangs where it's always been, though.
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, I wonder if
Yeah.
it's just the situation, though, of, we see the magical room and then it makes the
Right.
whoosh, so maybe the display room is busted. So I would say we try ringing the bell.
I
Yeah.
am inclined to agree.
All right.
You ring the bell, and the door shakes slightly on the ground, but there's not quite that satisfactory whooshing sound.
Can we investigate around to see if Maeve is here, if there's any trace of
Absolutely.
her leaving? Yeah, I would love to do that. So investigation check?
Investigation
Cool.
check, please.
10 plus 3, 13.
You see a lot of what look like scorch and soot marks around the door, blasting outwards. So you perhaps get the feeling that for a while there were creatures trying to enter and perhaps powerful forces sort of expelling them back outwards with fire magic or other attack spells, something like that. Beyond that, you don't see sort of a sooty set of footprints walking out of that, which perhaps implies that whoever was inside casting spells outward is still there somehow.
Okay.
You don't see many more signs of Maeve's presence beyond that.
Should we call out to Maeve, see if she's here?
We could draw the attention of something.
Yeah, that's what they call high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
But we rang the bell. We have to do something. I don't know. I'm worried about getting into another Lady Atala situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, the door sort of seems like it made an attempt to do what it always did, but lying on the
Right.
ground, it was not able to sort of finalize the operation.
Can we put the door back on its hinges?
I like it. Give it a shot.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Let's do it.
Are any of you proficient in, say, carpentry or something like that?
Would that
I've
be?
got cook's utensils.
That would be on the right side of your character sheet. There's a section that says armor, weapons, and tools. If anything under tools is like carpentry tools or something like that.
Nope.
Okay, I think that in that case, this is going to be first a dexterity check and then an intelligence check from everyone, just to kind of see
Okay.
how well we can kind of jury rig the door back into its hinges, because I don't think that we can kind of put it completely back in its place.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys,
So,
whoa, hold on. Someone wants to offer promotion of our channel, viewers, followers, views, and chatbots on the chat. The price is lower than any competitor.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you, Jennifetin 1X.
1X.
All right.
Wow. We've really made it.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh, yeah, let's just get back to the game now. Okay, so intelligence and dexterity checks, please.
Yeah. Okay. Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence
first.
and then, okay.
Intelligence first.
It does not enormously matter.
So is this, if it's a intelligence, so we just like add our modifiers?
Just your
to it?
ability
Yeah.
modifier, no skill.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so that would be a 14 plus 2 for a 16.
Okay.
I got a natural 1.
No, Cal.
Not very
Alright.
smart.
Helena?
11.
All right, what about dexterity, guys?
12.
17 plus 3, is that, where's, yeah, oh, 17 even.
I got a natural 20 for dexterity.
Wow. I
So-
think you're setting a record.
So there's definitely a while where Cal is like, you know, like, guys, no, you really need to set it this way. We really need to set it this way. We really need to set it this way. And it turns out that the door is upside down. It takes them just like a little while to kind of be like, why is this not, where do we have to, oh, the hinges are on the other side. All right, let's just like flip it around.
Here we go.
But beyond that, once you sort of are able to do that, it takes a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of MacGyver-ish improvisation to just kind of find little bits of wire, little like metallic hooks that you can kind of just like latch the door into. And at a certain point, it is not like 100% in place, but you're definitely able to kind of swing it open and then swing it back closed gingerly.
Okay.
So like the door is now back on the doorway.
Okay.
All right, let's ring that
Should
bell.
we try ring that bell?
Let's do it.
The door shakes a little, and then it shakes a little bit more. It shakes again. It's definitely shaking more than it did in the ground. And then after a moment, it just sort of seems to like find the alignment that it wants, and it slams backwards into place. And a second later, you hear that distinctive sound.
It's a very good sound. Okay. Should we go in?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You pull the door open, and inside is not the room that you were seeing through the broken windows, but it is now sort of that familiar Eye of the Storm display room that you've been in a couple of times. And instantly you see the figure of Maeve rushing forward, flames bursting into her hands as she goes, "Not today, you're not." Oh. Okay, sorry, it's you guys. Okay, all right. Come on in, quick. Shut the door. Get in.
Yeah.
And she, like pulls the door shut once you're in, and just kind of like quickly sort of hits a little latch on the door, and you hear sort of a different whoosh sound. And she goes, well. Didn't expect to see the three of you alive after these days that we've had. How's everything been? How's the road treating you? Find what you were looking for?
Things been all right. Yeah. Ups and downs for sure.
Yep. We might be inadvertently responsible for some of the stuff that's been happening. Not entirely sure about that.
Uh-huh. For the stuff, for...
Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
Are you okay, by the way?
Fine. A couple of scratches, and I had to... A couple of folks that knew where I lived and what my situation was thought that this would be a safe place to seek refuge, which works in theory, but it doesn't work if you show up here chased by a horde of ghouls, so we had to do a little bit of aggressive eviction from the premises, but it's nothing that won't heal with a couple of healing potions. Okay, tell me how you broke the world. What's going on?
Probably the simplest, and then as long as you guys are cool with that, I think we just share with the dragons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of Satus moves the bagpipes away and brings out Avanzada to display.
Clink, like a glass that Maeve was holding just like falls through her hands and it shatters on the ground. And she sort of goes, "What in the name of the 18 faiths is that?"
Yeah, fun fact, did you know that the Ryldran were eggs?
No, I did not. What do you mean the Ryldran were eggs? Dragon eggs.
We had the Ryldran, and we defeated Deverell and put him in the whole special statue case thing, and lo and behold, the Ryldran eggs hatched into little baby dragons.
She'll sort of, put her hands over her mouth in this sort of like very clearly shocked expression. You've never seen her eyes rounder. She does not even react to the fact that as soon as you let them out, the 3 dragons start to just curiously bound throughout the store and just sort of paw at like various objects around the place. And she just sort of goes, okay. Oh gods. Well, you brought dragons back into the world. That is a bit of old world magic.
Mm.
And if the amount of old world magic were to suddenly tick up, it would make sense that things would get a little bit more extreme. So I'm afraid that might account for some of what we saw here. And if you did it around here, we would have been close to the epicenter. That might explain the storm and everything else. She sort of just like starts absent-mindedly gnawing on one of her fingernails as she thinks out loud. And she'll kind of, after a moment, go, "This is far, far above my pay grade. You're gonna need to talk to my patron. She will have a better idea of how to deal with all of this than I do."
Who's your patron?
Her name is Aurelia. She lives just a little bit ways away out of Cloudfall over in the Veldran Empire.
That's where you're from, Helena.
Quick history
Yes,
check with
yes.
advantage to you, Helena. Do you guys know anything about Cloudfall?
What kind of check is that? I'm
That's
sorry.
a history check.
A
Okay.
history
Helena got
check.
an 8.
I got an 18 plus 8.
Wow. I got a 16 plus 2 for an 18.
Yeah, so
Um,
26.
Satus skipped dragon lore.
But this day, he
Went to
showed his
history.
raw
He went to
dog.
history
Yeah.
class twice. I mean, I got a plus 8 for history. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Helena, you kind of have heard this name around, like,
That's a thing.
it's a thing,
Yeah.
but beyond that, you couldn't tell more than that. Cal, you know that it is a town along the southern edge of the Veldran Empire. It is sort of, there's this mountain range that separates it from Bas Serenath, and sort of somewhere in that mountain range is this town called Cloudfall. It is quite high up. It is sort of, about, ways away above sea level. And you know that it is sort of this small trading post and this sort of small community. A lot of people just kind of think of it as, if you're traveling between the Veldran Empire and Bas Serenath and you're taking the mountain roads, you kind of just stop at Cloudfall to refuel. But Satus, you know a little bit more than that. You also know that there's a lot of religious pilgrimages there, and you sort of know that there are some holy sites around there. Unfortunately, you also know where it is, and it is probably multiple weeks at top speed away from where you currently are. It is
Yikes.
on the other side of the goddamn continent. But Maeve will sort of go, I can't tell you what to do about this. You need to really be, you really sort of need to go talk to someone that actually has expertise in first age magic. And there's not a lot of people left around here that do that. My patron is one of the few, so I would really think that you should go talk to Aurelia. She'll be able to help you figure out what to do.
Okay. Is there a way to get there a little more quickly than just walking? We're a bit tired of that.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh, a persuasion check. Okay. That is it's a natural one. Damn it. I got +6 too. Ah, gross.
Maeve will sort of cock her head from side to side and sort of go, it's against the rules, but I suppose we could bend the rules once in exchange for a little something to help with my own magical studies. I think that we could call that fair.
What do you have in mind?
How about a few drops of dragon blood?
Out of the question.
No.
I wouldn't hurt them, but it's supposed to be an incredibly potent reagent.
They're just babies.
They won't remember this. All the more reason to do it now.
How about if something were to happen to the dragons on our way, and they get attacked and they are already bleeding, we can scoop up some in a vial and bring it back for you.
Get first blood.
I'll roll me that persuasion check.
Okay, let's get a little come on, baby. There we go. 12 plus 6, 18.
She'll nod and kind of go, I think that's acceptable, but I'm only doing this because I think that Aurelia will agree that these were rather extreme circumstances.
Okay.
Here, come with me. And she'll kind of gesture you towards the door that you just walked through. And she'll pull a ring of keys out of her pocket. And she'll flip through a red key, a blue key, a green key, a yellow key, a black key. And she'll finally stop sort of at this violet key. And she will insert it into the latch on the door, turn it, and you'll get sort of that whoosh sound. And a moment later, she'll sort of turn back to the three of you and go, get out there and ask for the best and fastest way to get to the Cathedral of the Lord of Mists. Not the Temple of the Lord of Mists, the Cathedral of the Lord of Mists. Am I clear?
The Cathedral of
The
the
church.
Lord.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
Cathedral.
Cathedral.
The Cathedral.
The mosque of.
Yeah.
Once you're there, tell Aurelia that I sent you. Tell her what's going on. And be very, very polite. She's very patient, but she's also a lot older and a lot more powerful than any of us. So treat her with respect, okay? And whatever you do, keep those three things out of sight. The last thing we need is a panic. Get them out of sight now. Quickly.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, Bliss.
Come on, Volt.
All right.
Thank you, Maeve.
Come on up. Good luck. And with that, she'll turn the knob and open the door. And as the door opens, it is no longer the ruined streets of Cold River. Whoa. It is now what looks to be a town very high up in an alpine center, with sort of a couple of bustling merchant stalls, a couple of folks going back and forth, trading their wares, and all around you, sort of just a lot of tall mountain ranges all around you. And Helena, you instantly recognize the slight changes in architecture and dress. We are now very distinctly no longer in the Black Crown, but somewhere in the Ryldran Empire.
Huh. That's amazing. Maeve is so powerful.
Come on,
That's wild.
out. Get on with it.
Okay.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck.
crunch door.
Is it-
Slam shut behind you.
Huh.
Wow.
All right.
Save time.
And as you fully step out into the street, you sort of begin to take a couple of deep breaths, and you realize sort of very quickly you are a little bit struggling for breath. Satus, you would sort of know this, that this town is over 5,000 feet above sea level, so the air is a little bit thinner up here in Cloudfall than it is at most places that you've been to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you are now in the middle of a bustling town square in a mountain town in the Ryldran Empire.
Cool.
Awesome.
I thought we were just gonna get some horses or something, but teleportation, that's cool.
Incredible.
A moment later, a man sort of walks up and sort of goes, guided tours, see the attractions, see the sights. He's sort of, like gesturing with a pamphlet. See the sights of Cloudfall, get the best in terms of the local delicacies, see the best deals for thermal springs at our luxury hotels, see the sights, get your fortunes read, everything that you need at Cloudfall with a discount and more.
So Satus flags him down. Sir, we're just tourists in town. We would love to know where the cathedral is. We really have heard lovely things about it.
Cathedral of the
He'll snort
Lord
a little
of
bit and
Mist.
kind of go, yeah, no, you've gotten taken for a ride. You want the temple of the Lord of the Mists, not the cathedral of the Lord of the Mists.
We've actually heard that the cathedral is quite a hidden gem, if you will.
He'll roll his eyes and kind of go, all right, kid, here. And he'll put his arm around your shoulders and angle you sort of towards the right so that you are now staring at the edge of town where there is this vertical rock face. And he'll sort of, pull your shoulders back now so you're staring upwards. And he'll go, that is Mount Firmament. Tallest mountain on this side of Keldarin. The fabled Cathedral of the Lord of the Mists is located all the way up there. And he'll point towards the summit around which a dark cloud is stationed, obscuring the top of the mountain. So, if you really, really want to visit the Cathedral of the Lord of the Mists, you've got a bit of climbing to do. So, good luck with all of that. And he'll, just sort of slap your shoulder.
We're a rock climbing bunch, so that's why that was the suggestion. So there you have it.
I am really excited. The reason why I'm so happy is because one of the new spells I chose was Spider Climb.
Hey.
Nice.
Well, that's a thing that we will figure out and see how that does in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. But we're going to leave it here for now.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so fun. Well, it was a fun one. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And thanks, everybody, for watching on the stream or if you watched after the fact on YouTube. Shout out, of course, to our patrons, everyone who's supporting the show. Shout out to Rena at our highest tier. So thanks, everyone, for making this possible. We're putting bonus goodies up there and stuff, so check it out, patreon.com/20 to midnight.
Yes, there's going to be a bunch more Patreon content that I meant to put on there sooner, but I didn't because of a couple things. But if you aren't on the Patreon yet, there is going to be a bunch of bonus goodies. So definitely go check it out.
We also just uploaded 2 new of the setting guides for the world. We got the setting guide for the Ryldran Empire up there. And I also got the sort of primer on the 18 gods of this setting on there. So if you want to read a little bit more about Ryldran Empire and specifically about Cloudfall, as well as information on the Dark Denizen who came up today and the Lord of Mists and the other gods of the setting, the best way to do it is to become a supporter on Patreon at the Pocket Watch level or above, because with that you get all of our setting guides and you can read on a lot of optional but I think very interesting lore.
Awesome. Yay. And thank you also to everybody who has subscribed on the Twitch. That we very much appreciate as well. And remember to tell your friends if they have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. And so you can literally take money from you can literally take money. This is like a glimpse into my voice acting process where I flub everything and then I retake it. You can take money from Jeff Bezos and give it directly to us. And yay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to Rena and Sage of Squirrels, who just at the very beginning of the stream subscribed. So thank you.
Thank you.
Damn.
Alrighty, folks. Have a great 2 weeks. We'll be back then for more shenanigans, and we'll see what new heights these guys get to. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.